Welcome back, everybody, to Cool Sports Picks. This episode, we are taking a look at Super Bowl 50 between the Denver Broncos and the Carolina Panthers. Now, what happened in the conference championships to get us to here? Well, Tom Brady and the Patriots could not convert a two-point conversion to send it to overtime, so the Denver Broncos won it 20-18. The other game was not as close by any sort of the means, as Arizona and Carson Palmer and his 6 interceptions were just completely dominated by Carolina, 49-15. Carolina ran rampant. Now we have 6 picks for you, so hopefully we can get some clarity and see maybe where things stand. Well, we'll keep the first one in the Culz Paranormal family. With Aaron Bushold, you'll know him as our case manager if you watch the Culz Paranormal videos. And here's his pick that he got into me. He says the Carolina Panthers lose to the Denver Broncos 17-10 in Super Bowl 50. Alright, so there's our first pick. Denver up 1-0. Now, let's take a look at some Super Bowl history. The Denver Broncos will be wearing white. Teams wearing white are 31-18. Carolina will be wearing black. Teams wearing black are 4-4. Carolina as a team are 0-1 in the Super Bowl, only appearing once before this. This is now their second appearance. In the previous matchup, they lost to Tom Brady and the New England Patriots on a last-second field goal, 32-29. Denver, on the other hand, has had a rough history in the Super Bowl, starting out 0-4 before finishing up to their 7th at 2-5. Obviously, this is now their 8th, which ties the record for most Super Bowl appearances. Now, their first one they lost to the Dallas Cowboys 27-10. Their second one they lost 39-20 to the New York Football Giants. The third one they lost to the Washington Redskins 44-10. Their fifth one they lost, their fifth one they won, I should say, to the Green Bay. They were heavy underdogs, though. No one thought they could upset the defending world champions in the Green Bay Packers, but they did, 31-24. Their sixth one, they won again. It was back-to-back, 34-19 over the Atlanta Falcons this time. It was also the last time a team wearing white faced off with a team wearing black, as Atlanta wore all black, Denver wore all white. And then in their most recent Super Bowl 2 years ago, they were beaten by the Seattle Seahawks 43-8. Now, talking about previous Super Bowls, we will also stick with another pick within the Culz Paranormal family. Aaron was our last one. Our next one is going to be our investigator, Mark Cool, who is a San Francisco 49ers fan, so here's his.
Well, it's that time again, the Super Bowl predictions. Well, Denver is going crazy with the Denver Broncos right now. But I won't forget Jerry Rice with the blowout Super Bowl 55-10. But this year, I'm going to go for the horse team. The Denver Broncos. To see Manning to win his last Super Bowl before he retires. And also with these other big names like Thomas, Von Miller, and watch the Denver D win the Super Bowl. And I think it's going to be a close one. I think it's going to be a field goal. And I think it's going to be a sort of a high-scoring game. Kind of like, I think it's going to be like 23-27 by a field goal. But And that's my Super Bowl predictions. And I want to say good luck for all the Denver Broncos players and United in Orange.
Okay, so that was Mark's pick, and we now find the Denver Broncos up in our predictions 2-0. Who would have thought it, right? And both of these teams did start out 2-0. The Carolina Panthers actually went 14-0 before losing their first one. Let's continue our predictions onwards as we go to Tyler's prediction.
Super Bowl 50 prediction, one for the books. Let's go 28-24 Broncos. 14-10 at half.
Alright, so that was Tyler's, and the Broncos are up 3-0 in our predictions. Very, very strange. Will they get a clean sweep and go undefeated in our predictions? I don't know. Let's look at their coaches. I mean, it just kind of feels weird, doesn't it? Undefeated? Wait a minute. Rams? What the heck? Anyways, speaking of undefeated, one of their coaches is related to Don Shula, whose Miami Dolphins went undefeated, the only perfect season in the NFL. So let's go real quick to our Dolphins representative, and Dan Rose. Will he break up this undefeated, or will the clean sweep continue? Let's find out.
My Super Bowl prediction is Panthers 35 and Denver 10.
Okay, so there's Dan's prediction, and it brings it back 3-1, still in Denver's favor. And like I was saying before I got distracted, the coaches both have actually won Super Bowls. Gary Kubiak won his first one actually with San Francisco and Steve Young, as Mark would be probably pretty happy with that one. He won his second and third with the Denver Broncos back in the late 90s. And then if you look on the other side, Ron Rivera was actually a linebacker. He played with the Chicago Bears, who went 15-1 in 1985 with Walter Payton and the Fridge and the Monsters of the Midway, and could possibly be one of the best teams of all time. So, both of them have been, as has Peyton Manning. This will now be his fourth trip. Second one with the Broncos. He first two with the Colts, obviously. And so, can he win? I don't know. But speaking of the Indianapolis Colts, let's see what a Colts fan thinks could happen in this Super Bowl.
My prediction is Super Bowl. Panthers are going to win it. Score 21-12. You know, Manning?
Okay, so that was Will, a Colts fan, and it's now 3-2, still in Denver's favor. Comes up to my prediction. Could it even it, go 3-3, or will I say Denver has the favor at 4-2? Well, let's look at some possibilities. Could Denver win it? I think they could. I mean, honestly, they're playing a very emotional football right now, trying to win Peyton Manning and send him off in the sunset, just like John Elway won and rode off into the sunset with his second championship. It's also DeMarcus Ware first ever Super Bowl appearance ever. So, you know, he's getting up in his twilight of his career. The players want to win for people like that. On the other hand, the Carolina Panthers definitely probably feel a little like the Seahawks did going into the Broncos game, where they at least don't feel like they get the respect. I mean, I didn't pick them in either of their games for the playoffs. I picked Denver in at least one of theirs. I picked them against Pittsburgh, and I said they could beat New England. I just thought they wouldn't. So that leads us to, who do I think will win? I think it'll be a nail biter, but I think Carolina comes out on top. Denver, they have a really good defense, but Carolina's played really good defenses this year. They beat Seattle Seahawks in the second round, 31-24. Seahawks had the number one rushing defense and the number one points per game defense. Denver has the number one total yards per game and the passing defense. So it's going to be a little bit different, but has Denver played an offense like this? Offense that, the quarterback can throw, the quarterback can run, and the running back is good. Their receivers are undervalued. They're not like number one tier stars, but they can get the job done. And this is a model that they have seen 2 years ago. I'm calling this Deja Blue because it's just like when they played the Seattle Seahawks. Carolina's a lot like them. They modeled themselves pretty much the last couple years after losing to Seattle. So I really want to say Manning rides off in the sunset. I think it's a possibility. The Broncos do that. It's going to be a low scoring game that people probably won't like because there'll be field goals. I think that would be like a 16-10, 16-13 game. Carolina, on the other hand, they could do a blowout. Denver's known for it, like a 31-10. But my prediction is Cam Newton's your MVP in a 27-19 game. 27 Carolina, 19 for the Broncos. Cam Newton's your MVP. Like I said, they're just playing on fire. I have not respected them at all through the playoffs. So I think Cam Newton and everyone gets it done as they take on the Denver Broncos and beat them. In my prediction, 27-19, Cam Newton, your MVP. You know, it really comes down to both defenses are good. Which offense is probably going to be able to offset the other's defense, and I think it's Carolina. I think Cam Newton's going to be able to get it done running, and Jonathan Stewart can run, and I think the Panthers can just plug up the run and force Manning to throw, throws he didn't want to do. They made, Palmer throw 6 interceptions. Wilson threw a couple. They're hungry. They want it just like Seattle did. Thomas Davis may play with a broken arm, just like Jack Youngblood played in the Super Bowl with a broken leg. Let's see what Chicago thinks, right?
Super Bowl? Super Bowl? It's baseball season. The Cubs are winning the World Series. They're going to beat the Houston Astros. You heard it here first.
Scotty. So, at the end of the day, our predictions in the 6 are 3 Broncos, 3 Seahawks. Close as usual, not like last year's or the years before. So, should be a good game, everybody. I hope everyone enjoys it. We may actually end up doing another prediction video, so stay tuned. We will definitely do a reaction video after the Super Bowl. If you haven't checked out some of our previous videos, I'll put links for last year's Super Bowl prediction videos as well as last year's Super Bowl reaction videos in the description at the bottom. And also check out some of our other videos, our book reviews, and The Hardest Sea was the last one. And Paranormal Theories was our last paranormal show we did, or Paranormal Debunk actually was. We'll put a link in the description. And until next time, everybody, enjoy Super Bowl 50 as the Carolina Panthers take on the